There is a recent update to Amazon payment schedule for Amazon sellers in Europe and UK. And now instead of 3 days, you have to wait 7 days until money arrives to your bank account. And in this video, you will get some tips how you can prepare for this change. Our guests are Storfund. It's a company which helps with financing Amazon businesses. If you want to get more details about Storfund, find the link below in the description.
Hello, Lucas. I'm really happy to have you here today on Orange Click channel with me to talk about one of the most recent payment schedule updates Amazon has announced. But before we go to the details, could you first introduce yourself and also let us know what is Storfund and how do you help Amazon sellers or e-commerce sellers?
Hi, Lisette. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in your show. My name is Lucas. I'm working for Storfund. This is a UK-based fintech company, and basically what we are doing is we pay sellers for what they sell on the same day. So this is a big and huge advantage in cases of cash flow, and that's why we are here, because Amazon sellers face a big problem that's coming up in January. But yeah, more details later on.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, Orange Click also organizes in-person conferences. I know you weren't at our last event in Prague in June, but I wanted to just let you know and also let us, our viewers know that actually cash flow and cash flow issues and management is one of the hottest topics experienced sellers like to talk about and like to learn about. So that's why I'm really excited to have you here as well to cover one of the updates and kind of explain us a little bit what it means really for the Amazon sellers. So I know you prepared some slides for us. So go ahead, share your screen and let's see the details.
Thank you, Lisette. So let's go more into it. Changes to the Amazon payment policy. What's it all about? The first thing is for sellers who is going to be affected. So basically all sellers that started selling on Amazon before 2016 are affected by this change. And what's the change? Before the change is going to happen next year, beginning next year, sellers are able to cash out on a daily basis all the funds. So they were selling and could cash out immediately. The change will be a big one for them, because right now the thing is that the goods have to be delivered and then plus 7 days the funds will be available for them. So it's going to be like 10 days, roundabout 10-11 days. It depends, when the goods are going to be delivered, so the seller can cash out their funds. And of course, there are other circumstances that could extend this cash flow. Or so let's assume there's a strike going on. So we've seen this so far all in the past, that in different warehouses or anywhere at Amazon, postal services are on a strike, and this will also extend your cash cycle with this new policy. This is going to have a big impact on sellers, because they have to do the plannings from scratch. Most sellers have a really detailed and precise plan how to use the cash when, and this is going to be a new plan that has to be done for them. When is this change going to happen, this implementation? It was supposed to take place already this summer, but there were so many complaints from Amazon sellers that Amazon decided to grant sellers a kind of a grace period. So this implementation will take place on the 31st of January in 2024. So we have like 3 months more, 3-4 months more. So sellers can plan on this and can set up a new cash flow planning. As I just told you, Amazon sellers were or are not happy about this change, because this has a huge impact on their business. And what were they saying? So Amazon sellers said, like, okay, they were fear going under as site withholds cash, because Amazon is taking their money for a longer time that they were used to. So they said, like, okay, my plans, I have to do all my plans from scratch, and this has a huge impact on my business, and I'm afraid of going under because of this. Cash flow is always a bit of hand to mouth, and this just makes things worse. I think this is one of the most precise sentences and quotes about this change here. How will this affect Amazon sellers? So as I just said, the money will be tied up on Amazon. So the cash cycle is going to be longer, it's harder to order more stock. And as you all know, cash flow is everything. Why do I say the longer cash cycle and it's harder to order more stock? Because so far sellers were able to cash out on a daily basis. They could use this money to go to the supplier and say, okay, I want to place my new order already. Now they have to wait for the money, and there is this kind of gap. They are not able to restock in the same period of time, and this will extend the cash cycle and will have a big impact on their profits as well. Because as you know, the more that you can order and sell in a shorter period of time, the more your profit will be within 1 year. And yeah, as I just said, the effects will going to be like less growth as a result. Due to this extent, the cash cycle growth will be slower and limited, exactly because of this issue. The discounts from suppliers are harder to acquire. I made the experience with a lot of our clients. They use this cash flow advantage they generate from our service to go to the supplier and tell them, listen, I'm able to pay you up front, maybe in full or at a higher percentage than we were used to before. Please, could you give me a small discount? This is going to be harder for them now, because they don't have the cash in their pockets already. They have to wait for it. And so the possibility to acquire discounts is getting harder for them. So what could be the solution? The solution could be a service like ours. What are we doing? We pay sellers as soon as they sell, and it's simple like that. To go more into details, I will show you how it works. So step 1, the seller sells as usual. Step 2, as soon as the goods are shipped, marked as shipped, we are going to pay 80% of the net funds of the seller immediately on the next day. So when step 3, when Amazon pays out the seller and he receives the remaining 20%, or we receive the remaining 20%, we will forward this 20% to the seller immediately. So basically our system works like this. We pay 80% upfront, and the remaining 20% is our kind of security buffer, because we don't know, okay, how are going to the refunds are going to develop, etc. So we say this is our buffer, but we will forward it immediately when the marketplace pays out. And from this 20%, we are going to deduct our fee as well. So what does that mean? Faster payments equals faster growth, and to be more precisely, I have this kind of slide for you prepared, where you can see what I mean. So let's assume on day 1, you buy your stock and you start to sell it. On day 14, you've sold all your items in the worth of 100,000 euros, and then you have to wait for the next 14 days to get repaid by the marketplace, and you don't have the cash already to be able to restock already. So you lose this kind of period in profits, and then everything starts again. So let's assume in 60 days, in 2 months, with this kind of payment cycle and cash cycle, you have around 200,000 euros sold, and with our solution, you will be able to double this, with the simple solution to get paid when you sell. So for example, on day 1, you buy your stock, you sell, you get paid, but you can already use the money you will get from us to restock and put the second cash cycle immediately to the first one. You don't have this waiting period anymore. So in total, you will have the double size of revenue, and also you will be able to increase your profits with this solution, of course, because in the same time you will sell more. I have an example for the solution from us, and it's quite astonishing, to be honest. So if you take a look into the graph, I don't know if I should zoom in or if you can see it, Lisette, but here you can see the seller. He came to us and he started to use our service in May 2022. This seller made it, as you can see here, the growth rate, it's amazing. And all he did is to use the money from our side that he received when he sold it. There was no waiting period for him, so he could invest without changing his capital structure, because our service, it's not a loan, it's a service. So this is also a big advantage of using Storfund. Yeah, how can you prepare yourself for delivery date-based reserve on Amazon? As I explained to you before, sellers are faced with the problem that they will sell the goods, it will be sent out, and as soon as it's delivered, there will be plus 7 days until the money is held back by Amazon. So what sellers have to do, they have to check their cash flow planning. They have to start right now, to be honest. We have a lot of sellers coming in already because they know I'm going to be affected within end of January, and I have to take action now. I have to prepare myself to stay smooth, with my planning. And with our service, they are. I can see it every day. Our solution is great for a problem like this because you stay liquid all the time. You don't lose stock. You can restock very fast, and you will never be out of stock anytime because of our solution. So I really suggest all Amazon sellers out there that are affected to take action right now. I know it's a busy period of time. Q4 is here, and there's a lot of things going on with the businesses, but it's worth it to take action right now to search for a solution for this issue, because as you all know, time flies by like crazy, and Christmas is going to be there like within one whisper. How do you say it in English? I don't know the phrase, to be honest. Yeah, with one. Yeah.
Let's say
second.
one click. I don't know the
Yeah.
phrase either, but I think you kind of described it really well, and I totally agree with you that Q4 and the Christmas period, it will probably just fly by. So yeah, definitely time to take action now.
Yeah, and I really suggest people to start contacting us right now. We already face a lot of requests right now because of this issue, and of course, it will take like up to 2 weeks that we can activate the service from the first touch of point. So the better, the sooner, I would say. And so everybody's prepared for the beginning of February and to stay liquid with their cash at any time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Lucas, for giving us an overview of this very recent news from Amazon. And one question I wanted to actually ask you in general about marketplaces and payments that sellers, e-commerce sellers receive. Is it a common practice to see that marketplaces delay with paying out like this, that Amazon is also doing?
Yes, it's common. And for example, for all Amazon sellers that joined Amazon after 2016, that's already been the play for them, for the whole time. So basically what Amazon is doing, they put everybody in the same boat. Now everybody has like the same circumstances to work with. And it's also kind of fair, let's say, that every seller has now the same circumstances to work with. But of course, when people started selling on Amazon before 2016, they were used to have this kind of advantage, and for them it was normal. So I totally understand sellers complaining about it, because it has a huge impact on their business and on their operations. But yes, now everybody's in the same boat. Everybody has like the same principles to work with, and I think the sellers they managed everything so far on a really good way, and I think they will adapt. And for example, with us, and they will find a good solution like Storfund to keep selling and to keep making good business.
Okay, very good. And just to highlight once more before we wrap up, so what kind of sellers of which marketplaces are influenced the most about this recent update?
You mean like the Amazon update?
Yes, the Amazon,
yes, that's all over. So this is like the common global policy that's going to take place.
Okay, so if you're listening to us right now, you're already selling on Amazon, definitely click on the Storefund's link in the video description to learn more about their services. And actually to wrap up, can you maybe once more briefly let us know about the main service you're offering to Amazon sellers, and also what's the best way to reach out to you if anyone has any additional questions?
Yeah, sure. So basically what we are doing is we pay sellers for what they sell on the same day. So basically we're giving them a big advantage to speed up the cash cycle and to accelerate growth without changing the capital structure, because our service is not a loan, it's a service. And yeah, it's an on-off service, so you're not limited to our service for like let's say 12 months compared to a loan you're taking. You can always contact us and say, okay, right now I wanna stop for 1 month, then I wanna reactivate for 2 months. So that's a good solution, because you like, you know, everybody and all online sellers know this topic where they get out of cash and they think, oh my God, I have so much money on Amazon, I've already earned it. How can I go over this period where I have this kind of lack of cash? And our service is the best solution for it, to be honest, because you stay liquid. You can always you can always restock, and you can use our service in 18 out of 21 Amazon marketplaces. And not only on that, you can also use our service for marketplaces like Backmarket. We support Miracle marketplaces. So we are also supporting Kaufland sellers. So there's a really big portfolio that we're covering here. And yeah, I mean, everybody out there that is affected or thinks, okay, this solution could be a good win for our company, for our business, please contact us. You can start the registration. We will there's an account manager that's going to contact you immediately after you started the registration. And yeah, I think there's nothing to lose on the seller's end, because there's no fee on getting a quote for the service. And as I said, you always can stop it if you're not satisfied. To be honest, I'm working now for Storfund almost a year, and I never had this issue that somebody stopped because he wasn't satisfied. Almost everybody is seeing the big advantage they are getting from us. So, but of course, if you think like, okay, that's not the solution I was hoping for, you always can stop immediately.
Okay, thank you so much for providing additional information, and Lucas also for providing us all of the main details about this payments updates. So once more, thank you for coming here today, and I also wish a good luck and a lot of energy for you, because it seems like the end of Q4 will be extremely busy for your company. So I hope to see you again in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, just one last quote: if you're affected by this new policy here with delivery date time plus 7 days, please reach out to us. Go to www.storfund.com, start the registration process, and we will get in touch with you, and we'll find a solution for your business.
I hope this video was useful. You got some tips how to react to this change Amazon is implementing for payment scheduling. And the link to Storfund you will find below in the description. Also, if you have additional questions about this topic, feel free to write them in the comments below. And if you liked video, don't forget to click like. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video with George Meresa, where he explains how you could scale your Amazon business using Amazon advertising, the PPC methods.